When considering a lease of commercial premises, a key factor to take into account is which party is to bear the costs of things like council rates, land tax, building insurance, and maintenance. Those costs are generally known as outgoings, and the provisions of the lease should clearly detail how responsibility for the payment of outgoings is shared between the landlord and the tenant. I'm John Gallagher from Argon Law, and I'd like to tell you a little more about the different ways that responsibility for the payment of outgoings can be dealt with in commercial leases. Outgoings are generally charged directly to the owner of the premises by the relevant charging authority or service provider. So when a lease simply says nothing about the payment of outgoings, responsibility for the payment of outgoings remains with the landlord. A lease which is silent like that, or which specifically provides that the landlord pays for the outgoings, is often called a gross lease. At the opposite end of the spectrum, a lease that specifically provides that the tenant must reimburse the landlord for all outgoings is often called a net lease. Now, many leases fall somewhere in between those two extremes. For example, a lease could require that the tenant pays for rates, taxes and building insurance, but that the ongoing costs of maintenance stay with the landlord. Remember, if a particular cost is not covered by the definitions in the lease, it will generally mean that the landlord can't seek reimbursement from the tenant. So, if you have any questions about the interpretation of commercial leases or any other aspect of property law, don't hesitate to contact us at Argon Law. And if you found this video useful, then please like or comment below, and for more tips like this, please subscribe to our video blog.